It's a little bit after 7. I've got a copy of the agenda. Did everybody
I do
get
too.
You did? Okay, yeah, it's good. Everybody get the draft meeting minutes from January? Have a chance to look at them?
Yes.
Good.
Well done, Adam.
Thank you. Yeah, they were. There was a lot of information.
No, I gotta follow
I
that.
I just had one minor comment on that. The seeker
Yeah.
is SEQRA, Site Environmental Quality Review Act.
Yeah, I did a phonetics acronym
Yeah,
spelling of that.
That's fine. That's fine. I knew what you meant. That was
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, good.
I have one thing. Is Earth Day May 20th or April?
April 20th.
April.
Because it says May in the minutes.
Oh, does it?
I saw that. That's it. Yeah.
Yes, right. Good catch, Polly.
Well, it kind of panicked me a little.
And one other just small spelling, under continuing business, focused on the northern, there should be an N, northern Onondaga County towns.
Hmm.
But after that, that was it. So, are we good to approve these with those 3 small modifications?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I guess when the changes are made, if we could forward those on to Veronica.
Yeah.
We also have a list. At the last meeting, we started to just fill in names for who might be able to do the minutes at each meeting. So I'm just going to pass this around, and if you want to add your name to any of those open spots, feel free. Otherwise, keep it going there, Craig.
Good idea.
John, it looks
Greg,
like
you
you're
cannot
on
fill
there.
my name in anywhere.
We just filled them all in, probably.
No.
Yeah. I'll try my best.
Guess with that, Phil, do you have any updates?
The only thing that I want to mention again is I kind of mentioned, I'll probably do it every month, is the training. We do have that annual discrimination harassment training that we should attend. And what I did now is I put a link on there. So if you want to know, if you have an extra 45 minutes one month, you just click on the link and you can search for when it'll be that month. So that's all you have to do is look at that link, because it is an annual requirement. So everybody should attend it. And once you do, you get a certificate. Just send it to Nikki. And if you could send it to myself too, then I just kind of have a record of who went to it.
It's on the agenda under updates.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, that one, yes.
That's all I had for updates.
As far as updates that I have, I just, looks like at the organizational meeting that the town board had in January, Bill, Stan, Martha, Paulie, and John, your terms were re-upped for 2 years, and Craig, Adam, Pam, and myself, our terms will expire at the end of this year. The other thing to note, it looks like they increased stipends for board members, so the chairs jumped up from 300 to 500, and the members of the ECC from 150 to 200. And I imagine that'd be reflected at the end of the year, the beginning of next year. That's it. No other updates from me. Anybody have any new business that they'd like to bring up?
No new business from me.
So I guess then moving into the continuing business, the master plan for updates, I had sent to Mark and the town board that little memo that I put together. And I had a very brief discussion with Mark earlier this week. He's really not sure where to go with it because he's not really familiar with the master plan at this point. So he wants to talk more about it, but right now, I guess we're just pretty much on hold with that. See, Pam is not here, but we have the suitable sites in Pompey. We have any update on that?
Yes, so I spoke with the GIS professor, Eddie Bevilacqua at ESF. He said he likes the sound of it, thinks it's a great project. Not sure exactly how it's gonna be applied yet, whether he'll use it in his undergrad JS class, give it to one of his grad students just to do a project on their own with or whatever. But he said by the end of this semester, which will be mid-May, we will get something back in some form. So he said, that was his response to the first email was, yes, we're interested, because I didn't want to unload the whole criteria list on him on a first request email.
Let it confirm
Yeah.
first and then.
So he said yes, I sent him the criteria that we had outlined, that, Pam had drafted, and haven't heard back yet as far as a schedule or anything. Knowing him, that's not bad news or anything, but he has the criteria, and if I don't hear from him the next couple of weeks, I'll reach out to him again. So
That's good news.
in initial motion.
All right, sounds good.
Very good.
Thanks, Adam.
Yep.
Stan, anything on the cell towers?
No, there's been a change in town with the town lawyer. So I reached out to David, got it written down. And did not hear back from him, but admittedly, just started doing that. Tried to get over here Monday to talk to Fitz about what he's done as far as a reassessment. But nothing as of yet, so, long story, no, apologize.
And we go into the project updates, webpage. I don't know if anybody has anything on the webpage.
No.
Bill, anything from you on that?
No, not yet, no.
Martha is not here, but I have her report. And I'll just read this off. So the good news is that I've arranged for Cornell Cooperative Extension to table at our event. One person does tree stuff, the other does ticks. So it'll be a good addition to our offerings. Other good news is that the ECC has its own banner stored in the storage room at the town hall. If Martha gets a minute, she'll take a look at it, see how it might be deployed. The town has still not ordered the lawn signs. VR and Teresa are working on that. And we'll probably also get a feather style upright flag that go into the driveway on Route 20. But that one depends on what's left in the budget after we get the lawn sign. The town has budgeted $500. The etc. part of this message is that neither of the food trucks we've contacted has returned our messages. I left a request with Syracuse Food Truck Association website for any trucks interested in the gig. That sort of holds through today. She's had no luck identifying a food truck, but she said maybe as the date gets closer, trucks will be more willing to commit to a small event if they haven't booked a larger one. And I guess she was asking if anybody has any leads or ideas on food trucks that we might contact.
Kathy,
Yeah,
what are the parameters for the food truck? What time do they have to be here? Are
Yeah, I
we
really don't
they
know.
are just doing coffee and hot chocolate and snacky stuff?
I don't know. I know that she had sent out a message to the Fabius Pompey, whoever does the newsletter for the Fabius Pompey School District. And she had mentioned that there would be breakfast, brunch type of items. I guess it would be from the opening time till the end of the day, whatever those times are. And I guess at this point, being that there are no obvious food trucks in the wings right now, or anybody who's interested in this event right now, I don't know that there's strict criteria that she's applying.
Well, because I know a lot of food trucks or have access to that information, but I need to know what to tell them.
Yeah, you need to talk to Martha about that. she's-
Who's doing the breakfast stuff?
Nobody.
Well, I don't think anybody is, Polly, so if you.
Oh,
could-
okay, all right. I thought I heard somebody say that somebody was gonna have that.
Yeah.
The
So
event
if you-
starts at 8.
Hey, if you wanted to send Martha an email and just ask
I
her what
will.
she sent, that would be great.
Yeah, and I know I've had to get food trucks for other event things, and I have somebody else who does a lot of work with food trucks, so I might be able to get a source. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm just saying I'm going to ask some questions, but without knowing what you're expecting of them, I don't know,
Well, what I could do is I could just drop Martha a quick line and have her reach out to you.
I can email
She's
her.
away, you know, so I don't know if she's gonna be working on anything, but, or you could reach out to her directly, that's. you know,
I can
fine
do
too.
that. That's,
Okay.
we don't need to play filter.
Good.
Great, thanks,
Anything else
Polly.
on Earth Day?
No problems.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Polly.
I don't have anything yet because the end of January tax season jumped on my plate and I just kicked it off. So now I can, that's the next thing. I'm gonna send Adam the form letter so he can put pretty little stamps on it that says it's from the town of Pompey. And then I will send them all out again, but that is my next, thing. I just had to get rid of all the W-2, 1099, all that other happy crap.
Yeah.
From the business, say, calendar dictates, so. But I'm there now, so good.
Martha had asked, and it can go in the minutes, or I can respond to her directly, asking if I was gonna do the household battery recycling again. Yes, I can do that again. We donated the pollinator wildflower seed packets last year, and I can do that again this year. And my wife Heather doing the ECO table. It technically is one of her weekend days that day, but so she has to check with her supervisor about just moving that to be a work day and shifting her weekend day to be on another day, which isn't a big deal. They change every week what her off days are. So it's just a matter of getting it approved formally, because anybody else who has law enforcement friends or family know that they can't ever show up to anything outside of work things. So the DEC table is still to be determined, but the first two things, yes, will be there again.
Good question. I mean, would radon gas fall under our jurisdiction? I mean, going through the master plan that was mentioned in there, I mean, is there any thought to ever putting that on a table or an agenda? Because I know it's an issue in this town.
Yeah, it's a good idea, Stan.
I love it.
What was that? I missed that.
Radon.
Radon.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Yes, yep, real good idea.
Ration or
Anything, I mean,
kits.
kits, anything, I mean.
Yeah, we're supposed to be good.
Yeah, the Syracuse Health Department has information on that. Maybe they'd be interested in providing something.
If Syracuse Health Department?
Yeah, because they used to give out kits and stuff.
Syracuse or they were on Doug County Health Department?
You're right. It could be on. You're right, Kathy. It's probably on the Dagger County Health Department. Yes, it's probably on the Dagger County. I know it's on the website. I don't remember because I look at it periodically too. But yeah, it's probably on the Dagger County.
That's a good idea though, Stan.
Yeah.
Love it.
Anything else relative to Earth Day?
The only other thing I was just gonna I guess refresh is Martha said that her husband was gonna make a birdhouse, right? To wrap, and we're gonna raffle that off. So I think that's a great idea. And Stan, I don't know if you're still willing to donate a golf round the golf or whatever. Perfect. And I think if Polly gets extra donations that is above and beyond what we need for the trees, maybe we can ask the sponsors if they would be willing to turn that donation into a raffle item or something, like just to pick.
Yeah.
I'll just pick Heritage Hill or something, or what doesn't matter. But say they give $25 or $50 or something. If we have enough money for the trees, maybe we can raffle off a gift certificate or something. So, it's kind of fun. Everybody likes to win something. So if we get a few of those items that and again, encourage people to come.
Yeah. Springside will kick in something too.
Okay, great. So that's something that we can put on the flyer then maybe is like a free raffle or something like that.
Do we want to try to leverage the raffle items to gain some type of data about the town? Like to get their raffle tickets, they have to fill out a 3-question survey or something, and then they get, 3 or 5 raffle tickets to put in the items. And I don't have any questions in particular that I think would be most beneficial, but if we have a bit of a captive audience and we have something they want, it might be a time for us to poll them on what they'd like to see more of, or that kind of stuff. Just so we, again, as I know later on in the agenda, we're trying to drum up more community engagement. We want to use that as a tool, the raffle as a tool.
We could do that. We could have like a suggestion box and say, if you put in a suggestion, you get 3 raffle tickets. Depends on how many items we have to raffle. If we have 2 items, we'll get 1 raffle ticket. If we have 10 items, maybe they get 3 raffle
Right.
tickets to put into the little containers in front of it. So yeah, we could have a suggestion box. Like if you put in a suggestion, and they can just stick it in there. We don't have to read it at the time. And then they get 3 raffle tickets, say.
Yep.
And then they can use those raffle tickets for any of those items. Yeah, we could do that. I don't know what others think.
It's a good idea. We get some information, get some feedback.
I sort of like the more structured approach that Adam had just suggested with, a couple of questions, as opposed to just random
Right.
comments in a box,
Have a survey to fill out, have some specific questions to answer.
Very short, very
Yeah.
simple, but I'm not sure what we would ask, but.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could, obviously everyone can brainstorm over the next month, but I'll make sure to come up with a handful of options for us to, sort through or narrow down to see if we like them.
Sounds good.
Any other Earth Day related? Okay. So that brings us into the seasonal contests where that poor snowman, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work this year. I did check on the long-term forecast, or whatever it's worth. The next week or so is going to be above average temperatures, but the last 3 weeks of February is supposed to dip into below average temperatures. I don't know what kind of precipitation is supposed to be associated with that, so it'll get warmer for a little bit, and it's supposed to get colder for a while. But again, I don't know if that means dry cold or lots of
Right,
snow
right.
cold. So,
It'd be great if they got something during February break.
right,
That'd be perfect for,
which one, do you know when break is? I don't know.
19th, whatever that Monday is. Yeah, 19th to the 25th. So it'll be actually the 17th is the Saturday.
Gotcha.
I believe that's FP, that's BOCES, so usually FP follows that, so.
Gotcha, okay.
I think it's still worthwhile. I mean, I was in Pompey today, and there's still there's a lot of snow yet in Pompey.
Come up to the Pompey Club, we got a ton.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
And the
Right up in
flyer,
the hamlet.
Pompey Club Snowman.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I think it's worthwhile to do it because, between now, say we do it that first week of the 19th and we give people 3 weeks to do it, the odds are we'll probably get some snow somewhere in there. It'll probably still be in Pompey.
So I will update the flyer, send it around, and everyone can send feedback on it. It's gonna be essentially the same as last year. I'll just change the dates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we'll post it out and make adjustments as we go along if it turns into summertime in the next 4 weeks.
Well, then you'll have to draw a snowman.
Yeah, yes.
Well, hopefully we won't have, winter in May.
Right.
Not looking forward to that.
Yeah, don't, exactly.
Okay, and so we've covered the snowman contest for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Excel spreadsheet. Phil, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just like to look at that as like a placeholder for ideas and whatever. So there's nothing particular that I want to go over on that. More of a, if anybody has new ideas, we can stick them on there so that we don't lose those ideas. Or if somebody wants to work on something that's on the spreadsheet, they can do that. But I don't have anything in particular that I want to address. Because I was saying if we go to the next topic, there's the community engagement, that's kind of one of the things that, I guess could be a spreadsheet item. I don't know if I put it on there or not, but.
Is there anything that anyone could think of right now that should be added to that spreadsheet? I don't think that has really been updated or maintained or anything. So I guess then why don't we move into the community engagement discussion, Phil?
Yeah, so we kind of talked about this at the last meeting a little bit as far as getting ideas on, kind of like what Adam said too, as far as like getting questions of what, what's the community looking for, and really just to get in community engagement to see what people are looking for and kind of get the pulse of things from an environmental standpoint. So we tossed around some ideas last time, and we thought about, well, maybe we could have our own Facebook page, or maybe do a poll, different ideas. And I did email Veronica, and she kind of suggested that, it might be possible to do our own Facebook page, ECC page, but then, it's not really well known. It might be better, at least initially, to piggyback on the town's web page, the Facebook page, because they've already got an audience, and rather than trying to create a new audience and having a subset that's not very large. So, and she could make it clear that if we had a post, that it was from the ECC and not necessarily from the town board or whatever.
Okay. So
that might be the way to go if we do it. So, and she, we just want to check with Mark on this too, but if we did a poll, for example, just to, again, just to gauge the community, and we could do a pilot, I was thinking, of coming up with some questions like, what does your household do to support the environment, and then list some answers, A, B, C, D, and then E would be, other, and then they could put the other comments in the comment section or whatever. Just to get kind of people talking, because somebody might say, oh, I build bird boxes, or I plant native pollinator plants, and somebody might write in the comments, oh, what kind of plants do you plant, that type of thing. So kind of to get a dialogue going a little bit, and engage the community is really kind of my thought. And having a poll where there's not a right or wrong answer, there's not a prize. It's more of just the discussion to, get people talking a little bit. And I don't think we necessarily need to do this every month or whatever, but we could do a pilot 1 or 2 and see how it works out. And if we get some engagement, and sometimes things take a while to take off, just like the snowman contest or whatever. It's like, I think if we got snow, more people will participate because now they know about it. So that's kind of where I was kind of thinking about that. Again, we talked about it last meeting, and there's a lot of different ways we can do this, but this was just one thought, is doing a little poll on our Facebook page.
Yeah, I like it being centered more on discussion or education versus like the contest and prizes. We sort of have that covered.
Right.
So yeah, I think kind of a quarterly poll, or, can align with even the seasonal type of stuff. Again, if we want to kind of a spring, summer, fall, and winter theme, discussion, topic, or question. So yeah, I think it's a good suggestion, and we should give it a try.
Okay. I could come up with an example, send it around. I'll send it to Mark too, and come up with something, and then see it, maybe post something and see how it goes.
Okay.
Is there anything that anybody has to discuss that we haven't touched on already? Because we've covered our agenda.
Good job,
Yeah.
everybody.
Efficient.
No, I don't.
Efficient tonight. No, I don't have anything either. Since we didn't have any town business, it's really more of what, we were working on, whether it's the contest, the Earth Day, or community engagement.
You don't have anything? So I guess we are good until March 7th. That's our next meeting.
That in my calendar right now.
Who's the minutes taker for March?
For March, Adam, it's you.
It's me.
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad I asked.
Great, I hate this song.
And I follow them this week and then it's like perfection. I'm like, damn it. Come on, that's what I do. That's, I know, that's what I thought, like, no more business, guys, no more.
So not to be a total stickler, but with the minutes, so just a reminder that we're supposed to have the draft posted within 10 days of the meeting date. And then once it's finalized, we send the final back to Veronica, but it's up to us, whoever's taking the minutes, to send that draft out to
Send it.
Veronica.
Okay, sent to us first,
Typically, no, I think we just send the draft straight out
okay,
to Veronica, right, Phil? And then she posts it and we review it and approve it. And then once it's approved, we send the final back to her.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So Veronica, and all of us, and then, gotcha.
Is it
Wait.
Veronica or Nikki, Kathy?
In my notes, it says send it directly to Veronica.
Okay, okay, I couldn't, that's probably why I mess it up. Sounds good.
But, and I've always sent stuff directly to her for the website, and it seems, you know, she picks it up pretty quick.
Okay, yes, I think Nikki does the calendar and Veronica does the updates. Yes, I think you're right, yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
That
All
is
right.
it.
Sounds good.
All right.
That's a wrap.
Well, thank you, everybody. Have a good
Yes,
night.
Night,
thank you.
folks.
Good seeing you guys.
Thank you.